Let's keep in mind that the BRP Sierra Madre has been there for 24 years since 1999. So the question people should ask, if China is such an aggressive presence there and stops deliveries to the ship, how do the Marines survive 24 years there without food, water, medicines, and so on? So obviously, for 24 years, the deliveries of food, water, essentials for the human life, survival of our Marine detachment there has always been delivered successfully. Am I correct in that question?
I think there were previous incidents.
There were some incidents.
There were some
Just to
incidents, but you're
clarify.
talking about 24 years. How many incidents that you recall? A dozen? Half a dozen?
We did a rundown in the last
So how many?
show. I can't recall off the top of my head, but there were previous water cannoning incidents. There were
Yeah,
ramming
that's right.
incidents,
There have been
harassment
previous.
issues.
Why did not those incidents create such a furor? Why?
They did.
No, they didn't
did.
cause this kind of a furor where people are being called traitors to the country just because they're trying to explain the entire picture.
I think,
Since you brought it up, sir,
it
hold,
has-
hold on. Let me just read that quote out loud.
Yes.
Since you brought it up, this is Philippine Coast Guard spokesman Commodore J. Tariella,
Yes.
who said, if you're a Filipino, whether in government or private sector, regardless of your politics, defending and making excuses for China's aggressive behavior should deem you unpatriotic and a traitor to the Philippines.
Well, it is
and to our
Tariella
people.
who is unpatriotic and traitorous because he just came back from the United States. We have evidence there to show him thanking the U.S. government for his 3-week course there and so on and so forth. He's a tainted source. So are many other Filipinos posing as patriots and nationalists over these issues. When Claro M. Recto or Renato Constantino writes books about the colonization of the Philippines, the colonial mentality of the Philippines, is that being treasonous? You know, because these are realities. You know. But my question is still, how many instances? Half a dozen? A dozen?
I
am
believe
not
the point of contention now, Mr. Tiu Laurel, is the fact that in the recent incidents, they have gotten a little bit more heated. The water cannon incidents, it
water
only started
cannon-
during the Duterte administration when it started to escalate.
In 2021, there was another incident with
Correct.
the water cannon. You know, water cannons are the most benign police instrument for crowd control. For any such situations where you need to control activities of what you feel are forces intruding, you know.
There's also been incidents, sir, where these so-called dangerous maneuvers were carried out over the sea. Apart from the water cannoning, there
Well,
were
you
some
have-
near collisions at sea, which I think, based on international maritime law, is considered
if
risky
there,
maneuvers.
there are violations, then they can file cases there. But obviously, we don't have those cases filed because a lot of it is propaganda.